So tonight we are talking about maximizing 2025 to the business of the day. With your experience, how can you advise or counsel people to maximize 365 days that a year we give?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's good to be here. I will start by saying that vision is the beginning of greatness in anything you want to do in life. You start with a vision. So, what's the vision that you have for this year? As I landed from Abuja, I met a very interesting person. Before I was able to afford owning a car, I used to use the hired taxi. And this guy was because I had started public speaking even before I bought a car.
Wow.
And I get all these invitations here and there. And of course, I had to rent, a car to take me there. And this guy was my major taxi guy. And while I was just coming out of, the baggage place, he was waiting to pick one of his clients. And he saw me and he just started shouting,
Wow.
You said it.
Wow.
I remember I saw one of those your office. You wrote ₦1 billion. I was smiling when I saw it because this is a man who doesn't even have his own car.
Wow.
Writing that he will make ₦1 billion.
Wow.
And today, you said, he just kept shouting, you said it. Even the airport probably wonder what this guy is talking about. So you said it. You said it. So it begins with a vision of where are you going? Every year, yes, every year I write the amount I want to make for the year, right? The truth about that image, it took me 3 years later before I could do what was in that image that driver saw. But it doesn't matter. I did it.
It was
and
I
can assure you that if I wasn't intentional to have even dreamed that high, I would not even be near that today. So I always say this, and I want everybody to type it in the comment section right now. Dream so high that failure will be a success.
Dream so high.
Yes. That failure will be a success.
Failure will be a success.
Yeah. So imagine the year I wrote that. We didn't do 1 billion, but we did over 100 million. This was many years ago.
That's a good one.
But 100 million was better that year than nothing, than 5 billion. Okay? So dream so high that even when you fail to hit that, that dream, you will still have succeeded. And that's one of the philosophy of my life. I'm never afraid to dream so big because what I have learned from that is that by the time I dream so big, you are mocking me. Before you are done mocking me, I will have hit my target and we'll see who the joke is on.
Wow.
Right? We'll see who the joke is on. Right? So, how he did hit his target. Well, before we say Jack Robinson, I will still hit it. It may take a while. And you will then realize that it was you that didn't dream big. Just like in the case of this driver. He's still doing that business.
He's still a driver.
This is probably 8 years later.
Wow.
Same business. He has not improved. He has not. By now, he probably should have had multiple cars, even if he's still going to continue the car business. But he's probably afraid to dream. Thank you. Afraid to dream. Because he, by himself, was telling me that he was practically laughing when he saw that, like, he said, I saw it in that your office, your cupboard. You wrote 1 billion. So when I saw it, I just laughed that this guy now, at least me will be driver. I know say he's not near 1 billion. So dream so big that failure, will be a success. Failure in that dream will be a success. Right.
Thank you. Your people said I didn't introduce you very well, that they want to know more about you. Let me, I apologize for that. Because the thing was throwing us up and down, everybody's excited. This is Dr. Stephen Akintayo, the chairman of GTEX Holdings. GTEX Holdings. You can follow him on Instagram at Stephen Akintayo, more than 1 million followers. Go and follow him there. A real estate mogul with offices across the globe. 2023 Forbes of Africa investment coach. Wow, that's the one I love most among everything. Best of investment coach. So you can follow him. And he's the only husband of my namesake, Bisi Akintayo. That's the one that gets me excited most. So please follow my sister, his wife, at Bisi Akintayo. Everybody go. If you don't follow him, I will not continue this program tomorrow. Go and follow Bisi Akintayo. And she's an investment coach. She's so fantastic. I brought her to my wife program last year. It was something else. We appreciate her. We appreciate her. Now, another question I want you to answer is, some people said, I have vision, I have goal, but for years I couldn't achieve it. What happened? What should I do?
Very good question. I think as much as you start with vision, there is now the next phase, which is methodology. How do you then execute the vision? What are the processes? What are the people? And I would say there are maybe more than 4, but let me just give 4 critical tools for executing your vision. 4 critical tools. Number 1 is money tool, but it's not the most important. Money tool.
Money tool.
And you will need money to execute any great vision. So as much as you have this big dream, the question is, do I have the money for it? And I would say this, there is no unrealistic goals. There's only unrealistic timeline. There's no unrealistic goal. There's only unrealistic timeline. That's why you do your money tool and say, okay, my money tool as of today, can it achieve the dream? If it can, what aspect of it can it achieve?
Okay.
Because some of us, the problem is, yes, I intend to own, I'm just giving an example, 100 acres of land. Okay, but you don't have money for 100 acres of land estate now. Okay, maybe the money you have is for 1 plot. Start there. There's always a starting phase to every great idea.
Wow.
But money tool is important. Number 2 tool that you need to achieve every great vision is what I call social capital. Social capital or reputational capital. What is the reputation? And this is not to say you're a bad person. There's a season of your life, people just don't know you. And because they don't know you, they can't trust you. There's a season of your life where your business is not yet known. Your business hasn't gotten a reputation. I mean, Pastor Bisi is here. There are some people that 20 years ago he cannot afford to invite for his event, right? Even with money, they will still not come. But now, there are people that they won't even ask him for money to show up. Because over the years, there's so many people who have testified from his impact, from what he does. So it's easy, his reputation, right? So people don't know that there's reputational currency, right? It is powerful. Social capital, perception of people, right? About your business. And unfortunately, that one will take time. It's not sudden. You can't start any vision today and then you now have a reputation tomorrow. It will take time. People will study you. I know people who reach out to us and do business and say, I've been studying for 3 years before I just did business. Some have been studying for 5 years before I did business. So it will take a while, and you just have to be patient with some of these things. But start the reputation today. Is one day we start to build a reputation. Don't say it's I will then wait 10 years later. No, no, you start now. You start the reputation now. And let me give a powerful secret to this. Have a big mouth. You
Big
see,
mouth.
have a big mouth.
And
Somebody said something.
and you have that.
Somebody said something very powerful. He said,
Yes.
you cannot afford to be poor
Yes.
and be quiet
And be quiet
at the same time.
at the same time.
You can. You know,
I love that.
Reverend Victor said something to me recently. He said, I knew you before we met 6 years ago. I met Reverend Victor 6 years ago. But he said, briefly before we met, he had known me. He said, my words were like this.
Yes.
My what was like this.
Yes.
He said, but in the last 6 years, I see you close the gap.
Your word caught up with your words.
Exactly. He said, close the gap between your words and your words.
In those about 5-6 years ago, when I listened to it, I said, hey, this boy, see the way he's talking. This one, people will say he's proud. People will say, but I discovered that at times some people will give you back on in the comment area. You give them back. You get them back. Wow.
I'm the son of my spiritual father. I have no choice.
You get them back word for word. It's a
I have
serious
no
one.
choice. But in building reputation, you have to have a big mouth. Elon Musk have a big mouth. People don't know the year ago Elon Musk brag that he will do an autonomous car. Toyota said it's not possible. BMW said it can't happen.
It can't happen.
Mercedes said it is not possible.
Not possible.
That a car will drive itself. It's not possible. As Elon Musk not achieve it. It took him over 10 years. It took him years, but he has achieved. But imagine he's quiet. Will anybody invest?
Nobody will believe.
Nobody. And he will not have been able to raise the money for those projects, even though it's possible. So you must understand that the reason how you build your reputation is to make declaration, is to say, this is what we want to do. This is where we are going. Some will mock you, but even their mockery will be part of the publications and publicize you. Because some people will still give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Right? So in building a great reputation, have a big mouth. You cannot be poor and be silent at the same time.
At the same time.
No.
At least if you are talking, you have nothing to lose.
Exactly. When you get richer, you cannot become more quiet. At this point now,
you talk less.
Old money. But when you are just starting, make noise. Say we are going to be the best. We are working on this. We are going to change this. We are going to change that. You have to say it. Forget that people will mock you, but it's part of how you now grow your reputation. Because when you now get there, those who were hearing you 6 years ago, 10 years ago, we recognize, say, we knew this guy. We knew when
we are not surprised.
We are not surprised. Exactly. Yes. So that's number 2 or number 3? Is that number 2?
Number 2.
Number 2. Number 3, 2 under methodology. I'm talking of methodology for achieving a great vision is knowledge capital.
Knowledge capital. Is somebody
I always say I always say this, that if your current capital is not enough to achieve your vision, empty it in your brain.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Empty it in your brain. It's
to get knowledge.
It's a brain seed. Any capital that is not enough to achieve a vision is a brain seed. Sow it into your mind. Sow it into your brain. Right? A lot of people think that of everything God has blessed me with, I argue that one of the most precious is my investment in my mind. My mind is rich. Oh, Jesus. And I spend good money.
On it.
Good money. Good money. In March, I have a training, $20,000 I paid for. In May, another one in Harvard, $150,000.
$150,000
to empty it in this head.
Wow.
When I see people talk about my success, what we're doing, I just say, well, even what we're doing in the US, I went to meet a guy that owned a business worth $8 billion in the US, real estate. And sir, in a space of 2 years, I paid this guy over $250,000 to understand US real estate market. Yeah. To understand it. So that's why today now, most people I meet there, we've been here 20 years ago. We've been doing the same real estate. We've not done what you are doing. What are you using? How? Wait. You just see people, and of course, some of them will throw doubts. Are you sure? Oh, what is it? We don't know. We need to be careful.
It's not real.
It's not real. We need to be careful. My older brother said something to me. I was shocked because I used to think it was just me alone. People just have these doubts. Boy, you're young. He shouldn't be worth that. There must be something. Boy, you money laundering. So we got talking, me and my older brother, and he was sharing how in Otta. This is Otta, not. And then he had just changed 2 cars. He bought one for his wife. He bought one this was many years ago anyway. And he just bought a new one. He does agri business. He's always in the north. So he comes back maybe once every 3 months. And then because he had driven, the car was a bit dusty, but it was a new car. And then when they went out, somebody went to write on the, because of the dust, you can write on it. Use your hand and write. And he wrote Baba so Ole. In bracket thief. In fact, that was when I give up. I said, you have not even. And my brother is way more conservative than me. It's a Toyota car. It's not Rolls Royce.
How much is it?
Yeah.
How much is it?
Yes. Somebody wrote because they knew our story when we were growing up, struggling in the same house, and then you go for 3 months, come back, they say a new car. No, you can't be legit. It can't be legit. Meanwhile, what is missing for them is knowledge capital. They can do the same if they just know what the person knows. So when people
they will do what we are doing.
Yeah. So when people challenge me, how you do? I say, you just need to spend money on learning, on training. The Bible says, buy wisdom, sell it not. Buy.
Knowledge is somebody learning. We have money tools, we have reputational capital, we have knowledge capital.
Yeah, and they can use knowledge tools as well. You can
even each of these is enough for a whole session of training. Each of these. Which one is number 4?
Number 4, and we Christians miss this the most.
Wow.
Right? Honor. I always say this, that if you can master the art of honor, you can never be poor again in your life.
Can you imagine?
Never. You can never be poor again in your life. If you can master the art of honor. I realized that many of us as Christians, in the name of, it's only God I need. My source.
It's only God I need. I don't need anybody. So move your mat. Let God spread his own. Move your mat.
So we then lack the ability to show honor. respect,
Wow.
love, appreciation. I have seen people, sir, around me struggle because I did not appreciate the honor they gave me. And I
Wow.
cannot reciprocate back. I treat people the way they treat me, not the
Wow.
way I am.
Wow.
Not the way I am. Not the way I am. And
Mm.
Christians, like I say, are the ones that do this the most. A Christian can see you, he knows you, and he just carry her away. Can even say he's speaking in tongues. And then, and then you feel like, may we not be arrogant to our destiny helper this year.
Amen.
May we not be
Amen.
arrogant to our
This
destiny helper.
this is extraordinary. You see, that's one of the things I noticed in you. You began consciously, intentionally surround yourself with people ahead of
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
I saw the way you connected Cosmos Maduka. You see
yeah,
Maduka now.
yeah.
I read the story and said, "Wow!" I think you met at the airport.
Yes, yes, at the airport
Anybody,
some years
anybody
ago.
that sees it now, it's like you have met for 20 years.
I'm telling I'm telling you.
Can you
A lot
imagine
of the
that?
great relationships around me, people will think we've known each other for years, but the way I honor them, they just became vulnerable around me.
Wow. Wow. That is extraordinary. I think everybody is learning something. Before I add the next question, please listen to this, everyone. I have some announcement to make to you for you. We have this program for couples for 1 year, mentorship program for 1 year. We call it Intentional Couples Club. Intentional Couples Club is not just about marriage, it's about total life. It's about total life. So go to bisiadewale.com/ICC and register for this with a token. Register for 1 year. We are going to be talking about your health. We bring in experts. In the month of January, our focus is all-round success. All-round success. I wrote a book about that. All-round success. How can you be successful in every aspect of your life? They will drop a link of this book in our comments now so that you can download this book. Very small book, so you can read it in 3 hours, but it will turn your life around. Then join the club, ICC, Intentional Couples Club. We discovered that marriage fails because people are not intentional, not because of violence, not because of infidelity, not because we are not intentional. We discovered that people fail in life because they are not intentional. See what Dr. Stephen Akintayo is saying. Look at the amount of money. That's being intentional. So for 1 year, from January to December, we'll be mentoring you. So go to bisiadewale.com/ICC. The second announcement is about the program we'll be having with Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, Millionaire Authors Boot Camp. That will be 27, 28, 29. Everybody, there's a book in everybody. We want to bring it out for you and we want to teach you how to turn your money to millions, as it has done for me. I have 132 books now selling all across the globe. Dr. Olumide Emmanuel has more than 100. He will be in the house. Go to bisiadewale.com/MAB. Register now to enjoy the early bird, which is just 40,000 naira. After that, it will, before the end of in the next 2-3 days, it will be 100,000 naira. So go and register now. And for 3 days, both of us will be mentoring you. In fact, within 30 days, we will force everybody to write a book. Then we come back to the class, tell you how to sell it all across the globe. I think that is a deal. So go to bisiadewale.com now/MAB. Register for these 2 programs, and your life can never remain the same. Now, do you know that you have answered the next question I supposed to ask? How can you surround yourself with people that will influence you? I don't think I need to ask you that question again. Another question is, what should entrepreneurs focus on to scale their business effectively in 2025? You want to move from one level to another as entrepreneur based on your own experience.
Beautiful. I think first thing is an average entrepreneur needs to do proper analysis of the new year. If you know, I will say get an economics and get a spiritual mentor.
Get what?
So here what
The first one,
get an economist.
I want them to hear it very well. Get an
Economist
economist.
and then get a spiritual mentor. So hear what heaven is saying and also hear what earth is saying.
Economist. I love that.
You need to
I
hear
love
both.
that.
And then I then find the balance.
But the balance between, that's the problem with Christian. That's the problem with Christian. We don't read newspaper. We don't connect anybody. We believe everything is by miracle. We didn't know that miracle must marry principle before you have
You
manifestation.
have to marry the two. I'll give a very practical example. Last year, and this affected our Nigerian business. Thank God we were aggressive internationally, and we were not expecting dollar to rise the way it did. And
Wow.
because we only listened to heaven, and truly, heaven came because our expansion was exceptional internationally. But what
Yes.
happened was that the Nigerian business even affected the expansion we're now doing abroad.
Wow.
Because suddenly we started the year 500 to $1, and then before it reached Jack Robinson, it was 1,800.
Yes.
And it affected so many things. So this new year, we had to get economists to say, predict where dollar will land. They said, well, at some point we rise to 2,800 and
Wow.
the middle ground is 2,000.
Wow.
We have to quickly make adjustment. If you are owing us money as a customer, you don't pay between so dates, you don't have land with us anymore. We'll
Wow.
even do a refund, no fight. You know, we have to reprice our products, right? 100% increase, because that was also another issue. We never, increase the prices of our product to meet up with the inflation and the devaluation of the naira. So because this time around we have listened to heaven for a glorious year ahead, but we are balancing it to also readjust our price points, our strategy, our structure. So get an economist who can give you a proper prediction of your sector. What kind of growth or decline should you expect this year? But also listen to heaven, because remember, we don't just operate an earthly economy, we operate a spiritual one, so that when both collide, you will see miracle in your business.
That's a beautiful, beautiful one. That's a powerful one. I think somebody is learning this. We need to balance spirituality with physicality, if there's any English like that. You need to really sit down and ask questions. I used to tell people that you need to read newspapers, read the Bible, read the newspaper, read Business Day, read every other thing, so that you will know where the economy is. Many Christians will never watch news. They don't listen to anything. How will you know what is going on around you? Wow. I really appreciate you for that. Now, how can leaders inspire and guide their teams toward achieving this goal? Somebody said they didn't get the link. Intentional Couples Club is bisiadewale.com/ICC. ICC. Or you can call the number 08068312004. Or you can send me a DM. Then the one for book a millionaire author with Olumide Emmanuel for 3 days is bisiadewale.com/MAB. The idea is we want to raise 1,000 authors who will be millionaire. Many of you have written your book, they're under the bed. Your books are just there. It is time for you to break the ground. It is time for you to be able, if you have written before, join us. If you have never written, join. Even if you don't think of writing, I said I will teach you how to write within 30 days. We will write together in the class. And for the first time, maybe you'll be the first author in your family. So join us. So my next question is, how can leaders inspire and guide their teams toward achieving big goals this year? As a leader, how can you inspire your team? After this, I will bring praise in so that he can greet you.
No problem. To inspire your team, I think first of all, you have to be a leader that can move people from where they are to where they want to be.
A
One of the biggest
leader that can move people from where they are to where they want to be.
and they have to see it in you. They have to see that you have moved yourself. One of the
Wow.
major things that make a lot
Wow.
of people get attracted to me. If you Google my name 10 years ago, you see my picture 10 years ago. You see where I was 10 years ago. 15 years ago, you can see where I
You were
was.
not wearing
5 years
Agbada
ago,
then, 15 years
10
ago, 10 years ago.
you know,
You know?
so so people can track who care to track. You can track the organic growth. And you can then say to yourself, if this man can move from where he was then to where he is now, I want to learn from him.
Wow.
You have to be that kind of leader because you can't point people to where you have not been. And
Wow.
people gravitate towards a leader that they are convinced can change their lives.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That can change their life. I have one of our intern, this lady joined us 2 years ago, and I can't believe this lady's story is shocking. She joined our internship. In our internship is for 6 months. We trained you. We used to charge, but we don't charge anymore. It's free, but you even earn commission when you sell. We teach you how to sell real estate, how to do all of that. And in 6 months, this lady, of course, succeeded, made sales. But here's the story. In 2 years, she successfully win a car, brand new car from us,
Can you
all
imagine?
expense paid trip, twice, two travels in 1 year, all expense paid by the company. And when she was sharing her story last night, I had a meeting with some group of salespeople. She said, this man changed my life in 2 years.
Wow.
In fact, she used to live on the main line in one bush, single mother of 3 children. Now she lives in Lekki.
Can you imagine?
All of it transformation by working under our system. Right? So why will anybody else not want to follow me? If everybody in that meeting were asking for opportunity, right? Because you can see that this person turned this person, and most of them were not single mother of 3 children. So I'm in a better position. My case wasn't that bad. If somebody with kind of a bad case can be under this man's tutelage or leadership, and the story turn. So please, all of us who are entrepreneurs, let there be practical changes in the life of those who follow you.
Wow.
I have this statement to those who work with me. Is either your story change or I chase you out. You
Can
can't
you
be
imagine?
neutral. You can't be neutral under me. It's
Can you imagine?
either you succeed or you are out.
Can
You can't be
imagine?
neutral because you will soon be an embarrassment to me. They say, you see, he's following a billionaire. See, nothing has changed in his life.
His life.
Right? So you cannot be the reason why people will be mocking me. Your life has to
Can
change. Your life
you
has to change.
imagine?
Under my watch. No, it has to change.
So everybody should learn this. You must first change as a leader before you can change anybody. If you can't change, if you are not changing, they will not change. So I remember my principal in secondary school. We always say to us, we that are prefect, he will say, "Bolori o balori, atele o ni tele." That is to say, if the head does not have the head, the follower will not. He kept on telling us anytime he hold prefect meeting with us. He will say, "You people are coming late to school, and you come yourself prefect. Bolori o balori, atele o ni tele." If the head does not have the head, the follower will not follow. In fact, anytime we are going to the meeting with him, we will be saying it because we know he will say it. I think we didn't understand that thing as at that period. We need to understand it. Now, everybody, you want great people to follow you, then you must be a great person. I think, praise, Bisi Adewale, you should wave to us so that you can talk to your mentor. Please wave so that I can hear you. Today is his birthday. That's my son. Please, the birthday gift he said he wants from you is to help him to tell people to follow him on Instagram.
Please,
He said he wants.
everybody, yeah.
Uh-huh.
If
His
you
handle
send
is
me, if you
Bisi
send me
Adewale
picture,
underscore place.
if you send me his picture, I will post about him on my
Ah,
page. I think that will even
wow,
be
wow. Praise, can you call
good.
me? Dr. Steve said he will post about you for people to follow you. And I want to even ask him, maybe we have students online. You know, he came out with the first
Yes,
class,
sir.
and he was very, very strong
And
in
and I
fellowship
and
on.
I know you are very proud of him.
Yes,
Uh, I must congratulate you. You
thank
are,
you.
you are, it's beautiful when people know they have a father that is proud of them, and it's such and I know he appreciates having a great father like you are.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm not seeing how to add your praise. Can you wave to me? Can you wave? Or send a request so that I can add you. You have Dr. Steve live and direct. Yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before that I took him to Dr. Lumide Emmanuel? He had all the time to ask questions. I said, you are talking to great people. It is impossible for you not to be great. Can you ask for me to add you? Uh,
Yes, yes,
can you
he has
praise? Can you?
indicated interest. I think,
I can't see him now.
yeah,
He's very funny.
yes. Say
He's
I'm here. Yes, I'm
serious.
seeing him. He
I'm
said I'm
seeing
here.
him, but there's nowhere to add
Say
him. I
him.
only see add him as moderator, pin his comment.
And you
Uh,
can add him as
I can add
moderator.
him
Add him as
as moderator.
moderator. Yeah,
Okay, I've added you as a moderator.
I,
Will you be able to come in like that?
I think it should work. Yeah, I think it should work.
Okay, I've added you as moderator. As we are still trying to do that, let me ask you this question: how can someone overcome procrastination and build momentum for 2025?
Very good question. Very good question. I think I'll just give two. There are many ways, but I'll give two. Number one, get a very plain sheet of paper. You can get 100
Mm.
and then write, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now. Right? If you can write on five sheet of paper every day, just be writing, do it now, do it now, do it now. Do it for 30 days. It's a powerful strategy.
Can you imagine?
Powerful strategy. Just be writing, do it now, do it now, do it now. So that you get into your subconscious, the mindset to do things quickly. The
Wow.
second strategy is what we call accountability partner. Get an accountability partner. It can be your mentor, it can be your friend, it can be your spouse.
Mm.
Get somebody who doesn't have problem with procrastination.
Mm.
There are some people who are by default, they just do it. Once the idea comes, boom,
When it
they
comes,
move.
they do it.
Make those people your accountability partner, either as mentors, either as friend or as spouse, and let them know that you want them to be your accountability partner in pushing you towards execution, in pushing you towards overcoming procrastination. And I
Mm.
promise you, you will just see a dramatic change. I will
Mm.
argue that we see this more with pastoring.
Mm.
Unfortunately, we don't see this more in business.
Wow.
There are many successful flag pastors, but many failed flag entrepreneurs. And
Wow.
the reason is because most pastors are able to have accountability
Mm.
partners, either in their spouse, either in their assistant pastor, either in their mentors, and those ones push them towards a more aggressive growth, faster decision making processes. But in business, we haven't built a culture of accountability partners and mentorship.
Mm.
And it has hurt many businesses.
Mm. Mm.
Many entrepreneurs are just planning to, hoping to, and never doing it at all.
Wow. 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 Now, how do you normally overcome setback?
Very good question. I remember I went in Houston and one of my mentees said, I have two questions for you. First of all, is is it normal to have a down season in life and business? And then if it's normal, um, how do you manage it? And it's similar to the same question you've asked. And I told her, I said, first of all, you need to know that life is upside down. That
Life is
you
upside down.
cannot change. That you cannot change. Right? Life is full of. There's a noise from your end. I don't know whether someone is playing something.
Praise. I
Life
think
is
there's noise from your end.
Okay, okay. Have I just said it?
so life is ups and down, right? So it's normal. It's normal. Now I then told her this. I said the secret to those you call great is that they've learned to find the average of it. Average of it. So for example, I tell people, I say when people praise me, I take 50% of the praise and then I reserve 50% for the day they will insult me. And then the day they insult me, I
Wow. You
draw
use it to
the
balance
remaining
it.
50% that they praise me. Then also only take 50% of the insult and keep the remaining 50% of the insult for the day they will change their mind again and start praising me. so, so you, those people called great have just mastered how. I tell people, I said, whether I am rich or I am poor, you can't know. My temperature is normal. Whether
Wow.
I'm going through a business crisis or not, my temperature, normal. Right? It's a skill. I wasn't born like that. I learned it. So we have to learn the process of preparing for war in this time. And
Preparing for war in
yes,
this
I'm
time.
preparing for peace in
What time?
wartime. Else, you will be at peace, but you still be looking for who to fight because you are used to fighting.
I
You are
love, I
used to
love that.
fighting.